Some people might be mistaken. They think that's, it should leave that or something, but that's a sucker, so you want to pull that off of there. Anything that's going to touch the ground, just eliminate.
Hi, welcome back to the Organic Gardening, Homesteading, and Woodworking channel, where we like to help you figure out how to garden, woodwork, and homestead. My name's Luke.
And I'm Dan.
This time we got a video for you on how to take care of suckers on your tomato plants. We're going to show you how to identify what suckers are, and also if you should or shouldn't remove the suckers on your plants. We'll also talk about leader systems for trellising a little bit, because that is part of this, understanding how the plant grows and that kind of thing. Okay, let's get to it.
Okay.
Right here, we got a plant.
So this is an indeterminate plant, and that's one thing you have to know what you've got before you prune. Do you have a determinate plant or an indeterminate or dwarf or micro, or there's all kinds of different types of tomato plants, but these are indeterminate, and they're the ones that you're going to do the pruning on. The determinants really don't need any pruning. You can just let them go, because they only put out a certain amount of tomatoes and then their season is done. So if you prune them, you're just eliminating a lot of your produce for the year. So, but with indeterminates, they just keep growing all year long, never stop. They just keep producing until it freezes. So in order to prune the suckers off, you have to first know what a sucker is, where it comes on the plant. So you can see here, you've got a leaf branch here, there's a leaf branch here, and right where that leaf branch comes off the main stem is your sucker. That's the sucker right there. It comes right out of that joint right there, and it always comes out of there. It never comes out anywhere else. It's always right there at that leaf branch junction. So you want to remove that sucker, and you see here's a small one here, and then over here, here's a big one here. So, some people might be mistaken. They think that's, should leave that or something, but that's a sucker, so you want to pull that off of there. And so the easiest way to do that is just grab it and bend it sideways like that, and off it comes. And so you grab another one, here's another one here, just pull it off sideways. And there's another little one right here, so just do the same thing. Remove that. There's another one right here, so just pull that off. And there's another one there, but we'll wait for that. It's hard to reach that one, it's too small right now. That's what you want to do. Now, if you're going to do a single leader system where you're just going to maintain this main leader all the way up, your trellis system, cage system, whatever you've got, then you're just going to keep doing this, pinching these suckers off all the way up. But if you're going to do a double leader system like what I do here,
Right over here.
you see there's two twines going down to each plant.
I'll show you an example, one you can see easy.
And so you see here, this is one of the main leaders coming off here. There's another one coming off here, and that's going up this string here. And so we'll just clip those to these strings as they grow. And
That'd be a double leader system.
that'd be a double leader, and then you prune off all the suckers on those two main leaders as they grow up. And
If you're going to do a single leader system, though,
yeah, then you're just going to be clipping this, or whatever trellis system you have. You're just going to clip this main one all the way up, and you're just going to pinch off every single sucker that comes up. And it's easier to let them get an inch or two long, just so you can grab them easier and break them off. I mean, you can do the little ones if you got small fingers, but my fingers are a little bit fat, and they don't like to get down in there and get the little tiny sucker off of it, so I give it a little more time. And then you also want to pinch off anything that's going to be leaves that are going to be touching the ground. You don't want anything touching the ground, so I would probably pull this off of here, just get rid of it, just pinch that off. And depending on where I bury this thing, this might even be touching the ground. So you want to I just pinch, so anything that's going to touch the ground, I just eliminate. And this one as well, it's going to go. So that'll keep them off the ground. Another thing you want to do is, if you're in a rainy area and you get a lot of rain, it's a good idea to put some mulch around here or something to break the rain when it comes down and hits the dirt and bounces the dirt up onto the plant. And that's a good way for it to spread disease and fungus and mold and whatnot. So if you just put a little thin layer of hay down or straw or something just to break that bounce off the dirt, it's helpful. Maybe extend your season, you won't have sick plants. So that's just a little extra thing you can do. Back to determinants, there's really no pruning on those. They don't grow near as tall. They just grow maybe depending on what variety you have, they might go 3 feet tall. They might grow even more than 4 feet tall possibly, but usually they stay shorter. You just let them pretty much go, and they'll have lots of tomatoes, and then their season's done, and then they stop producing. And those are always usually a hybrid, and we don't really grow very many hybrids here because the flavor typically isn't as good as the heirloom, the old style tomato, so we don't really do too much of that. If you're really into canning or making tomato sauce or soup or salsa or things like that, you might want to consider doing the determinate type because it'll have a large group of tomatoes already at one time. They typically stay on the vine ripe longer, so you have a bigger window to harvest, and you can grab a whole bunch of tomatoes at one time to make your salsa, whereas the indeterminates, you have just kind of a steady ripening of a few tomatoes up the plant, so you need a bunch of plants to get enough tomatoes to make a big batch of tomato soup or salsa or whatever. We usually do 100 pounds or 120 pound batches of soup or salsa at a time, and so that's why we have enough tomatoes here to be able to harvest 100 or 120 pounds each time we harvest. So that's kind of the skinny on the suckers, how to take care of them, what to expect.
Well, that concludes our video on how to properly prune your tomato plants, get all the suckers off of them. If you liked that video, found it useful and helpful, please leave us a comment down in the section below. Remember to subscribe, we really appreciate that. We can use any extra subscribers that we can get. Also, if you want to become a member, you can do that. And the member perk is that we will answer your questions and give them priority over other commenters. That is not a very expensive subscription, but we really appreciate that. It all helps fund the work we do here. Also, we have a Patreon page. If you want to donate to our work there, feel free. We really appreciate that as well. Remember, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.